6 minutes late.
Hey everybody, how are you? You see the little red button up at the top? That means I'm live. So let me wait and see how many people are going to show up. Hope everybody's doing okay today. We had a nice little storm out last night that was quite a boomer.
Maybe there's a delay.
And it doesn't really tell me who is watching, so if you guys want to tell me who's all here, that would be wonderful. Hey Paula, how are you? How you doing today? Doing good, I hope. What are you making for dinner today? Hi, Miss Barbara. Yay, you invited friends. Yay. Gonna get some meatloaf going here. I was telling Paula that we had a nice storm come through here last night and this morning. Did you get that storm, Paul? Barbara? Came whipping through here really good. All right, in my meatloaf, I'm gonna put some, we're gonna make meatloaf, and we're gonna do a pineapple upside down cake, and then we are going to do it's a southern, squash casserole. So in my meatloaf, we're gonna do some spices. We're gonna do some garlic and some onion and some celery salt. And I like to put in chopped onion, chopped green pepper, and some chopped celery. So let me move some of this stuff out of the way here. This is for our cake later. We're actually going to do it in the quick cooker, which is Pampered Chef's version of the Instapot. So let me move this down so you guys can see what I'm doing here. So we're gonna just, and as everybody knows, I am just, an old-fashioned kind of cook, so I don't do a lot of measuring. I just do a tad of this, a pinch of that, and a shake and a doohickey of this. So here's my spices. And we're going to put some beef bouillon. And, oh, I didn't realize that this one had not been opened. Pop! This is just the crystals, and you can find this at Walmart or wherever you shop. So, just a little bit of that. And I actually to make mine a little bit moister. Honey, Micah's out here. I do a little bit of the heavy whipping cream. Just to add a little moisture in it. And a couple eggs. And as everybody who watches our show knows, bye Micah. We save our eggshells and our ground coffee grounds here in our family for our garden. They add a lot of nutrients back into your garden if anybody gardens. So we'll put those off to the side for later. My husband is a master gardener. He does very, very well. Now these cups, as everybody knows, I love these. They are on my site. They are 1 cup portions. And up through the side goes 1/4, 1/2, 3/4, and 1 cup. And I measure in these, and I always do all my prep work, and I keep everything in these so that they're all shown. And they have these nice tight sealed lids. They can go from freezer to fridge. You can actually bake in these. You can use them in the quick cooker, the microwave, the stove, everything. They're wonderful. Okay. And here I have a 1/2 cup of green pepper, 1/2 cup of onion. That was actually 1/2 cup of celery that I chopped up earlier. We like our meatloaf chunky, so okay, there's that. And here's some panko crumbs. And we're just going to put a little bit of that in there. And put them off to the side. And we are going to mix. Now with the heavy whipping cream in here, it actually makes it very, very moist with the egg. So if you're doing like the low carb, or you know, everybody's into the low carb, the low this, the low that these days, however you want to do it, you really don't have to add your ketchup or anything. And with the spices that I put in, it's actually pretty tasty. And I use like a 90-10 or an 80-20 ground beef. You do want to have a little bit of, of the fat in your ground beef. For the flavor. Okay, that's pretty well mixed up right there. Now I'm going to put it over here. I'm going to take one of these gloves off. So I can grab this pot here, and I'm going to pull this over so that you can see it. This is my quick cooker. I do want you to be able to see this. Now, we did use this last week on the show. This is Pampered Chef's version of the quick cooker. And here is the ceramic bowl that goes in the inside. I am going to put this in here. And I did use 2 pounds of meat. We are having company for dinner, so I do want to be able to have enough meatloaf for leftovers and for company. So we're going to put that in here. Okay. And see how nice that fits in here. Here. Push that up to the side. Let me take this one off since I'm done with that. Toss that. And this is what it looks like. Okay. I am going to turn this, undo this here. I like to keep my cords nice and rewrapped and bound afterwards so that they don't get all tangled up in on the counter or wherever. Because we do have children in the house. Okay. I'm going to turn this around so that you can see this. And there is some water, and I do have a stand in here because actually you can do potatoes and other stuff in the bottom of this if you wanted to cook it all at one time. But today I'm going to show you, we're going to do potatoes in another pot at the same time as we're cooking this. So hi Mutt. And if anybody's wondering who I call Mutt, it's actually Diana Mund there, and that's just a nickname that I have for her. Hi Linda, how are you? It's nice to meet you and welcome to my site. Thank you for joining us. Okay, and I'm going to put this in here on that stand. And I do have some water in here because this is a pressure cooker. Okay, so we do want to have some liquid in here. So here is the top. We're going to put it on here like this. And it closes very easily, which I do like. Okay, now we are going to turn this, and if you look, there are different settings. We are going to turn this to where it says over here beef. Okay, it says beef and pork setting, and we are going to start. Now, you see it's going to go around and around and around. That is where it's building up the pressure. And once it builds up the pressure, it will actually, in here, it will go and measure the weight and do all that itself and come up to pressure and do the timing on itself. Okay, which is a nice thing that it does for itself here. Okay, now let me lift this and get that set. Okay, let me put these off to the side. While that is cooking, we are going to be doing, it's called a Southern Squash Casserole. Now, out in our garden, we have a lot of summer squash right now growing. So my husband goes out every day, and I do go out with him, and we pick a lot of summer squash, a lot of yellow squash, which is a good thing because we actually like it. Yes, Linda, it's a fancy Instapot. I love it. It is wonderful. And actually, you can earn one of these right now on my site. If you want, and you can get a hold of me later if you'd like. You can actually help Paula earn one of these also. Just get a hold of her. Talk to her about earning one of these and helping her earn one of these, because I know she wants one of these. So we are doing the yellow Southern Squash Casserole, and Miss Barbara is very Southern. I love her voice. And she's so cute too. And Barbara happens to be my husband's cousin. So, all right. So here we go with this. Let me find where my cousin. Oh, here it is. All right. This right here happens to be, and I know Paula has one of these pans. I do believe. This is one of my oldest and dearest pans. This pan right here is probably a good 20 years old. As you can see, it's very, very seasoned. That is not stained. That is called seasoned. I have baked in it. I have done all kinds of cakes, casseroles, goodies in this pan. So today, we are going to be doing the casserole in this, okay? So I am going to actually spritz it with some avocado oil. In this house, we do not use canola oil, do we? Ooh. Canola oil was actually invented, even though it does derive from plants, it was actually made to oil up machine oil, machinery. And they thought, well, you know what, if we do that, we can use it for food. And that's how that came about. And it's not good for your body. It's actually very bad for your body. So we do not use that in my house. Okay. So in order to do this, and yes, everybody, today I will put on a pair of my glasses. So I am getting old. All right. I've already washed and sliced the squash. You can either slice the squash into medallions, or you can slice it into little cubes. I have chosen to slice it into little cubes and dice it up. You need about 3 pounds, and I've already done this. So this is, I need like this great big huge commercial sized kitchen. So if anybody would like to at some point sponsor and buy me, a great big huge, kitchen commercialized place, I would love it. And like I said, if anybody wants these recipes, just ask me. I will always post, always give you recipes, do whatever you would like. So in here it calls for 3 pounds of the yellow squash, which I have right here. A half cup of chopped onion, which I've already done in here in our nice little handy dandy bowls. Okay, we need a can of the cream of chicken soup, which I did not get out. And everybody knows my favorite store is Aldi. Okay, because I'm Dutch, I'm German, I like Aldi. Besides that, I'm frugal, and being frugal, they're very inexpensive. Okay, we need an egg. And if you take your eggs out ahead of time, when you bake or when you cook and you let them get to room temperature, they are so much better to work with. They bake better. Your baking, everything just turns out so much better. Okay. We need a cup of mayonnaise, which we have right here. We need 8 ounces of shredded cheese. Now, Miss Barbara, tell everybody why we do not buy our cheese already shredded. Miss Barbara will tell you. We need salt, we need pepper. That's right, because they put sawdust in it to keep it separated, and they put chemicals in it to keep it separated. And we do not like chemicals. We do not want sawdust. And so when you buy a block of cheese, you're actually getting more out of it. And it's chemical free, and it's so much safer, and it's so much better and everything for your family and your body. So, we never, ever, ever, ever buy anything that is already shredded. Miss Barbara, did you get your counter? Sorry, ladies. I thought I had all of this out, but I guess I don't. So isn't it amazing? Hi, son. Chris is our son. We are making meatloaf in the Instapot. And we are doing a southern squash casserole and a pineapple upside down cake. And we are making your favorite mashed potatoes with the peelings on. So we need a stick of butter melted. I'm going to put this in the microwave. So, all right, it calls for 8 ounces of the shredded cheese, which I've already done right here. So, and our quick cooker here is building up steam. That is what you are hearing over here. So, it says to wash and slice your squash, which we've already done, into the pieces. And we're going to put our squash in the large bowl, which we have right here. And in a separate bowl, we're going to mix the soup. And this is the can, the 10.5 ounce can. Hi, Aunt Sue. All right. Have fun at your block party. And thanks. All right. So we are going to put that in here. Let's mix, get that out of the can here. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to tell you, this is our Pampered Chef whisk. I love it. We also have one of our whisks that has the coated whisk right here. This one I love. It's got the weighted handle. Okay. So we're gonna, it says to whisk together the soup, the mayonnaise. Here's the mayonnaise. So we need to do the mayonnaise. This is our large spatula. Okay, the handle is very hard, and this is a softer resin, which it's all microwavable. This is a little bit more flexible. And if this ever becomes a little bit stained from like the tomatoes or anything like that, you can just take a little bit of baking soda, wash it down, and it does come clean. Okay, take that out. Put it in the bowl. I'm going to pour this down a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, we need to do the cheese, the onions, salt and pepper. Egg. Cheese. I prefer grinders, and we do have grinders that you can purchase off of our site. Okay. Grinders. Okay. And mix it all up. this is what it looks like when it's all mixed. So everybody can see that. Hi Colette, hon, how are you? All right, hi darling, I see you watching. Good, because this is what you're having for dinner. And we're gonna pour it over top of our squash. Actually, we're gonna pour our squash in here and it's gonna be easier to do. There we go. Okay, and we're gonna mix it. And we're gonna do this. And you know what? If you guys want to share my video on your Facebook, that would be wonderful. And if you do, you never know, you might get a surprise in the mail. You never know what I'll do. As my husband says, you never know with my wife what will happen. Okay. This actually looks really good, just like this. Okay. And we need to preheat the oven, which I did not do. At 350 is what we need to preheat it. Good thing I'm ambidextrous and I can use both hands here. That left hand is being just a little bit tired. Okay. So this looks really nice and stirred here. All right. Now, this looks really stirred, as you can see. So what it says to do now is to take it and we are going to pour it in my nice and seasoned pan here. And Paula made something that looked really, really good in her pan the other day. It was a casserole that I might have to try. I'm always asking everybody for recipes that they want me to try and having you guys post them for me so that I can try them. Chris, you might like this one with the squash. Hey, honey, someone's at the door. Uh-huh. Okay. All right. Now, all of this is poured in here. And next, it calls for, remember we put the butter in the microwave to be melted. Let me grab that. I think that's pretty well melted. and it says to take 2 sleeves of Ritz crackers, and these are close enough to Ritz. They are Walmart brand of Ritz crackers, and it says to crush them. So it says to use a rolling pin or a meat tenderizer. Well, I've got a rolling pin and I've got a meat tenderizer. So I think we're actually going to use the meat tenderizer because that would be so much easier to put in this bowl right here. And this bowl. And we'll put them in here. Hi Priscilla, hon, how are you? Are you doing good today? Whoa. Are you doing good today? How'd you like that storm last night? So let's crush these. And we're going to use our handy dandy meat tenderizer here. This is really cool. And this is what I was talking to Miss Barbara about that she bought. This is our meat tenderizer, and this is our flat surface for pounding. And then it actually unscrews, and you can take it off and turn it around, and then it has the pointy side and the other side for tenderizing, and then it screws back on. All right, now our pressure pot over here just got up to pressure, and it's now at 35 minutes, and it's going to start steaming. Okay, I am going to take this, and we are going to crush these crackers down with this. And when these are all crushed, we're going to add that stick of butter that we melted. Oh, we have a meatloaf in the quick cooker, which is Pampered Chef's version of the Instapot. Right now, we are crushing up some 2 sleeves of Ritz crackers, Walmart brand of Ritz crackers, to finish up a southern squash casserole. And then we are going to get we're going to do some mashed potatoes with skin on them. We're going to do a nice little version of those in the microwave cooker and put those in. And then while those are in there cooking, they take like 12 minutes. We're going to get a pineapple upside down cake going. So we're going to try to get a whole meal and get it all done and cooked in less than 90 minutes from start to finish. Okay, so here we go. Okay, this pretty well is crunched, nice and crunched. Okay, so we will take this and we're going to mix all of this up. And it says to, my husband's aunt actually posted this recipe, so we are trying her recipe. Because as everybody knows, I'm a Yankee. I'm a Southern transplant. My husband says that he will have me Southernized real soon. So we're gonna, it says to drizzle these on top. The only thing I don't think I will ever get the hang of is I can't do Dr. Pepper. I am so sorry. That is just not something that I can do. Okay, we're gonna drizzle these on top like this. Let me pull it out so you can see that a little bit better. Now I will. Oh, what's the best part, darling? You get to eat it? All right. He gets to taste test it. I don't know, honey. Priscilla just lives across the way here. She might be over for dinner too. All right. Now, this says that we need to bake it for 30 minutes covered. So let me take this off and grab some cover. And see if I can smash my toes. Let me cover this. Alright, cover, and we will put in the oven for 30 minutes. Set the timer for 30 minutes. 20:30 kitchen timer, and go. Alright, now, this spray is absolutely marvelous. It is from Shaklee, and it is healthy, wonderful. It's called Basic H. It is safe for everything. So, and I use it in my house. Okay, these potatoes are in our 3-quart microwave cooker. I have the whole set. These are wonderful. They come in 1, 2, and 3-quart cookers. Let me show you. You can buy them separately, and you can buy them all together as a set. Okay? Wonderful for off to college students, or for a newly married couple, or for a person who's just getting their new apartment, or someone going back to the office. Okay? And they all go right in together. Come with these nice lids. Okay? Absolutely marvelous. I love them. And I actually still have the first one that was ever made. But this tells you how long these last. I bought this one when I was in college, okay? And it still works, okay? And I'm not going to tell you how old I am. No, Micah, yeah, he should be cleaning up between the shots, but he's in isolation. So, like I said, if this tells you how long our products actually last. So, I cut up the potatoes earlier. They are all in here, and the snap's closed. They're in here. Just put this back on. Put this in the microwave for 12 minutes. Okay, now we're going to do a pineapple upside down cake. But the cool thing about this is we're going to do it in the microwave. We're going to start it out on the stove. We're going to finish it in the microwave. And we are going to do it in our everyday crock, okay? Or the Dutch oven, which is really cool. I love this pan because this pan can go from freezer to fridge to stove to oven, microwave, everything, okay? It's really cool. So we are going to melt some butter in here, and in here we're going to melt 1/4 cup of butter, okay, or a 1/2 stick. Okay, so let me grab some butter. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. My husband just scared the poop out of me. Oh, hi. Phew. I'm sorry, I did not expect to see him. And no, I do not have gloves on right now, but we are the only ones going to be eating these besides Laura, and I'm sure she is not going to care if I have gloves on or not. And Priscilla, I did wash my hands if you're coming over for dinner. So, but it's hard to cut these when I have gloves on. So, here we go. And, oh my gosh, okay, so, okay, we need to take this, and we, oh my good golly, I did not expect to see my husband on the other side of my counter. We need to take the 1/4 cup of butter and cut it into small pieces, which I just did, and we need to take 1/3 cup of brown sugar, okay, and put it in the pan, which 1/3 cup is already in here. Okay. Priscilla, I don't know if you were on and seen these cups. These cups, they come in a box of 6. These are 1 cup cups, and they are so cool. I actually, when I do all my prep work for the shows, I actually do all my prep work in these cups. They measure 1 cup, and they go from 1/4 to 1/2 to 3/4 all the way up to a cup. You can do these from freezer, fridge, oven. They actually go into the pressure quick cooker, and everything. They are marvelous. I love them. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the stove, and we are going to get this till it. We're going to stir it occasionally, and we're going to get the mixture until it's bubbly. Okay. Now, just for that, I think my husband owes me something because he just scared the bejeebers out of me. Yeah, he did. He really scared the bejeebers out of me. What do you mean, nope? I got nope from the, from the other room here. Okay. These I love. These are our new set of, yeah, see, he scared me so bad I can't even think. our mats. Okay, and this one is Prep It Up. This one shows you our julienne. This is our fine julienne and our regular julienne. This is for the large dice, medium dice, small dice, and this has our measures. They come in a set of 3. The other ones will show you like the knives, the different knives on it and stuff like that. These are our flexible cutting mats, and they last forever. They are so nice. I love them, and I'm going to actually show you how long they do last because I still have this set that I've had for 20 some years. And these are the original ones, the smaller ones, and I love them. And then this is one of the other ones that go to this set. This is called the portion ones. This will tell you a thumb tip, a thumb, a palm. This is a measure one, okay? Fist, a handful, 2 thumbs, and they all will do the measures. They are so nice. Okay. And this actually calls for the canned pineapple, but I'm going to use some fresh pineapple instead because I bought a pineapple and I just like to use fresh instead. Okay, calls for a yellow cake mix, 3 eggs, 1 cup of water, a 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, which I already have it measured out. I have the eggs over here, and I do have maraschino cherries. Oh, yeah, I will. Micah likes to be underneath our feet. So, yeah, Micah is Micah. And Micah happens to be our one kitty. If anybody does not know who Micah is, Micah has been yelling and cussing at me in foreign languages since 4 o'clock this morning, since I have been up since 4 o'clock this morning. He's Micah. I almost sent him over to Chris's house to keep Stella company this morning. So, that's where he almost went at 4 o'clock this morning, was to Chris's house. And this actually calls for 7 rings of pineapple. So, let me cut this up real quick, and I will be right back over to the stove to see you guys. Okay. And here's this. See, Priscilla, you should come over on Thursdays and be my assistant. Comes with free food. Yeah, it comes with free food and all the entertainment you can handle. I know, honey, Mutt wants us to make apple fritters. You think we can handle that? Do you think Mutt's worth apple fritters? Hey, Mutt, by the way, your grabber should be here tomorrow. and I'll get it mailed out. Oh, all right. This is melted, or this is how it's supposed to be according to no way. Okay. You can see that. Now it says to place the pineapple slices in the pan. So let's see if I can do this without killing myself. 1, it says to do 7, 2, 3. How are you supposed to put 7 of them in here? I think they're full of dookie. 4. There's no way 7 are going to fit in here. 5. 6. Yeah, well, we're going to get like maybe this many in here, and that's all that's going to get in here. I think my pineapple slices are bigger than the ones in the can. So I think this is all we're going to, there we go. Okay. So there we go. And then we put maraschino cherries in the center. So let's put some cherries in here. 1. Oh yeah, my pineapple slices are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Now let's turn that off, and we're gonna take the potatoes out of here and put this over here. And it says prepare the cake mix according to the classic batter bowl. Well, according to, okay. So now we need to prepare the cake mix. I wish they would just make things easy for me instead of, you know, making me do things the hard way. Is it the same one, Ruth? Does yours go in the microwave, Ruth? This one's supposed to go in the microwave, so let's see here. You know what? We're gonna do this. No comments about my derriere. I didn't think I would need this other mixer, but I guess I do. Okay. And let's see here. What does it say? 3 eggs. Huh. Yeah, I've always made my cake mixes from scratch, except for the past couple of times. So I'm not used to doing these like this. So it's very different for me to do this. I'm not used to doing them. Let me wash my spatula here. I'm not used to doing box cake mixes, but that's what this recipe calls for. So, it's very different for me. Put that here. Grab some eggs here. Okay, it says 3 eggs. So here is 1. 2. And 3. Okay. And I've got my KitchenAid mixer up on top because we're going to do the potatoes in that one. So let's see what we got here. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Let's see here. Hey, you need to come to Texas. I need a housekeeper or someone to come and clean up my kitchen after me. And don't be cussing me out. I heard that. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, it says to pour this right on top. And all right, let's see what it says. It says to cover and microwave on high for 8 to 10 minutes. So we will take our cover and we will put it in the microwave on high Okay? It says 8 to 10 minutes, so we are actually going to put it in here for 9 minutes. And we will see what it comes out like. Okay, now remember when we put the potatoes in the microwave? And we put them in there for 12 minutes. A little while ago. They are all nice and cooked. Now the nice thing about this bowl is it's got that vent in the top, so we can actually use this, and we're going to drain right from here. So I am going to hold that and drain. All of those right from there. We have 5 minutes left on our cooker here, on our Instapot. And I'm gonna take my mixer down here. Oh my gosh, this thing is heavy! Instead of my husband coming out here to scare the tar out of me, he should be out here using his muscles. Yes, that's what he should be doing. Using his muscles. Oh, now, the nice thing about this is we actually have a tool that is called the Mix and Mash. And you can mash in here and you can do everything you want in here. Yes, I do too. Diane and Ruth, I love making everything from scratch, as you guys know. I'm not a big mix and, you know, all that kind of maker and user and all that. It's just not me. I'm just not big into all that. But that recipe did call for the mix, and so that's what I did. So I'm going to put these potatoes in here. And Chris, you would love these potatoes. They've got the peelings on it. Chris loves potatoes with the peelings. And I am going to, what do I do with my knife? I'm going to grab another one. Our new paring knives that we have, the new design of them are very nice. The handles are super, super strong. And as you see, the blades are very strong and sharp. Oh my gosh. Who are you talking to? Okay. Now I use a heavy whipping cream in my potatoes. This makes them creamier. And I like to use a little bit of like a garlic just in them. You can do, you know, anything you like in your potatoes. Okay. Pull it up. And away we go. Okay. That is not going to work too well today. So I'm going to take them down and I'm going to hand do them. I don't care what anybody says, old is good. Yes, onion seasoning is good too. I do have some of that. Then I'm going to put in here in a minute. Okay, you just heard the beep. That is the beeper for the countdown. It's going to count down to 10 on the pressure, and it's going to automatically release. Okay. Oh, it's hot. Okay. And that is the oven. And I'm actually thinking that these potatoes might need a couple more minutes, to be honest with you. I didn't really check them. So I'm going to put them, I guess it's all a little trial and error sometimes. So I'm going to put them back in here for a few minutes. Maybe that is one of the reasons why. Okay, now remember we had the squash casserole. The timer just went off. Let me actually put these back in the bowl for a couple more minutes. And you can always put them back in here. And we are going to do them just for just a couple more minutes, actually. They just don't seem to be soft enough, I don't think. So, but we have to wait just a few more minutes for the microwave. But in the meantime, our squash casserole, the beeper went off on that. So let's see. If you remember, we had to put it in covered and then take it out and uncover it for another 15 minutes. So here it's like this. And then you want to uncover it and bake it for another 15 to 20 minutes so that it turns a nice golden brown. So we will turn the kitchen timer back on. And we are actually going to grab love it when I do put things in the drawer. And then they move to another spot in the drawer. Here it is. Okay. This is a really nice tool. This is my cake tester and releaser. It's really nice. It has a nice plastic coating that goes on the end that I took off. And it just goes right into all of your brownies, your cakes, your cupcakes, whatever. And let's see how our pineapple upside down cake. I think well, it's done. We'll see how, when we flip it over, how it comes out. How's that? And we will put these back in for another few minutes. Okay. We are going to get out our one moment. Here is our handy dandy cake. All right, ladies. Oh, shall we see how this turns out? Shall we see if my husband will eat this? All right, let's see. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think he'll eat that? Oh, thank you, Barbara. Thank you, Ma. Thank you, Paula. I don't know. Do you think he'll eat that? Might have to hide it from him. I don't think he'll like it. Ooh. Wash my hands here. I don't know. Huh. I might have to hide it from him. Let's see here. Philip, I don't think you're going to like this cake. I don't think he's even listening to me. We're going to put that over here. All right, let's see. We'll have to. All right, now this has got. Let's see how this is coming along here. Let's see. All right, I think our meatloaf is done. Let's see. Oh, yes, it is. Let's see here. Let me get this out. This is not going to be easy. Well, hello, Jenna. All right, let's see here. This is not going to be fun and easy to take out. Let me figure this out. Okay. And here is our meatloaf that came out of the pot. And it does not look too bad, does it? My husband prefers the brown gravy on top of the meatloaf. That is why I did not put, a lot of people will put like tomato sauce or ketchup or something on top of the meatloaf. I don't do that. Barbara, you'll share it. You want it if he doesn't. We will have to ask him if he wants it or not. But that is why, if you're wondering why I did not put ketchup or anything on top of it, that is why, because he does not prefer that on top. He prefers brown gravy. So I will be making him a brown gravy to go on top of this. So let me put that over here. Then do this. Let me cancel that. Okay, now let me come over here and check these potatoes now and see how they go. Oh yes, these look much, much better. Oh yes, these are, oh yes, these are done. Okay. So actually, I guess if you're going to do a little bit extra potatoes like I did, because like I said, we are having company for dinner, you might want to put them in for just a little bit extra time than what I put them in for. So, put them in for about 15-16 minutes instead of what I put them in for the original 12. And they should be good. And I prefer to smash. This masher is a very, very old one. And there we go. Now we have mashed potatoes, we have meatloaf, we have dessert, and in 10 minutes, our squash casserole will be done. And we have dinner done in 90 minutes. So from my kitchen to yours, my table to yours, we have dinner done. The only thing that is left to do is the cleanup, the eating, and everybody to be gathered around the table. So, food brings people and family together, and in times like this, we all need to be brought together and you know, everybody, you know, should be brought together in times like this. This world needs more friends, family, love, and togetherness. Because things are just not as they should be in today's times. So, that being said, thank you. Thank you. So, all that being said, you know, we need to cherish what we have and be happy, you know, with what God gives us. And that being our family, our friends, our health, our loved ones, and all of that. And just be grateful for everything and not take things for granted. Sorry, it's hot in the kitchen. And just love one another. And you know, that's all I have to say. So, I mean, I love you all, and thank you for, you know, I mean, coming and allowing me to be in your kitchen. So, please, you know, just join me next week, and thank you. And I love you guys, and I hope to see all of you guys in my kitchen. So, and like I said, just remember that, you know, food brings family together. All right? Thanks, and I will see you guys all next week, and have fun. And if you need anything, you know, and if you guys want me to cook anything, or, you know, just have any questions, you know, just feel free to, you know, message me. And you guys all have my other website to, you know, to the, to my party, you know, to Di's party link on Facebook. And if you don't, just let me know, okay? All right, I love you too, Paula. All right, I love you too, Barbara. And, you know, just go on there, and I do post recipes and all kinds of stuff in there, okay? So just let me know what you guys want, and just let me know what you guys want me to cook, okay? And I will be taking a vacation over the holidays, okay? Bye.